Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see what is data types in JavaScript. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's get into the video. Yes, so a data type which represents a type of a data which we are storing in a variable. Okay, suppose we are storing a number in num1 variable. Okay, so that time what JavaScript will do is it will consider 20 as a number. Okay, if you are writing that 20 in a single quote or double quote, it will consider a string. Okay, because it will going to take it as a text format. Okay, so JavaScript will automatically take based on the what data you are providing, the data type will be defined. Okay, you don't need to separately define for a variable as we do in other languages, right? Int num1 equal to 20, suppose like that. That we don't need to do in JavaScript because JavaScript is automatically going to define that. Okay, and we can see on the screen there are few other data types as well we have in JavaScript. First we can see string, second we have number, third we have boolean, then null, then undefined, then begin, and then object. Okay, so we are going to see few of the data types in this video, and in the next video we are going to see the other data types. Okay, yes, so I have created one data types.js file in my JavaScript folder. Let's start with string, how we can assign string and check the data type of a variable. Okay, so let's say first name, let first name equal to here what you can do is you can either use single quotes or double quotes, both are fine. Okay, and I'll say here Stark. Okay, and now let's print this value console.log first name. Okay, and here I'll say in the terminal node, and this is the 8th file, so let's run it. Now you can see we got the Stark as a name. Okay, but the only thing is how we can get the type of this variable. So that time we need to use type of method which is inbuilt of from the node.js or JavaScript. Okay, so what you can do here is you can write type of, and you can write first name. Okay, and if you want you can enclose with the parentheses as well, that also works. Let's save it and let's open this and let's run this file. Okay, now you see I'm getting string. Okay, earlier I'm getting Stark, now I'm getting string. Okay, with the type of method you will going to know what type of this variable is. Okay, so that's why we need to use type of in order to get the type of the data or the variable. Yes. Now let's see the number one. Okay, so we have number data type. So let me assign or create a num1 variable with let keyword and have it as value 25. Okay, and let's console it. Okay, so console.log, I'll say num1. Okay, and again after that I'll do one more console to check the data type of it. Okay, so we can use type of property and num1. Okay, let's save it. Let's open this and clear this one, and I'll say node 08. It will going to print this one as well, so I'll just comment on the string one. And yes, now we'll see. Now you see we got 25 and we got number as well. Okay, and let's do one more thing. This is int. Okay, we can say this is int. Okay, let's do for the float values as well. Okay, so I'll create one more is one more variable called num2, and I'll say 20.2. Okay, let's see what is the data type of this one. Okay, so let's console both of them, num2 and console.log type of num2. Okay, so let's save it and let's open this and let's clear and let's run this. Yeah, now you see we have 25 first and it's giving number, and now we have 20.2, again it's giving number. Okay, because in JavaScript we don't have int or float. Okay, whatever you give the value, it will be a number only. Okay, so either it's a normal int value or a float value, it will going to consider the type of this is number only. Okay, yes. So let's see the other data type which we have, boolean. Boolean will only return true or false. Okay, let's see how we can do this. Okay, so let's say I'll create let is active. Okay, I just want to see if it's active or not. So let's say true. Okay, So let's print this is active and also the type of it. Okay, so I'm using a shortcut to get the console log, which is CLG. Okay, or you can say log as well. So you can get this shortcut. So is type of is active, we need to check. And yeah, so either you can assign true value or false value and it will going to work with that. Okay, so let's clear this console and let's give it a go. And now you see I got the true value and it's saying boolean. Okay, let's assign false as well to this and let's see if the we are getting the same thing. And you see I have false and I am getting boolean. Okay, so this is how you can have the boolean type for your variable or the provided data. Okay. Yes. So about null. So null generally we use when we don't know what is the value in future of a variable. Okay. So that time we use null. Okay. Let's suppose username equal to null, I say, and let's print it up, username as well as the type of the username. Okay. So type of username. So it will going to return the value as null, but the type will be object. Okay, because null is a type of object. So let's clear that and let's say 08. Now you see we are getting null and the type is we are getting object. Okay, so null is only used when you don't know or we are not sure what value it will going to assign, because in JavaScript if you say username and if you assign some string to that, you can't say that in future username will going to have number in it. Okay, as a number type. Okay, so it JavaScript will not going to restrict you to reinitialize with a different data type in JavaScript environment. Okay, let's see how it will be. So let me create a let num5 variable and I'll say value as 23 in that. And again later on I am going to change this value to some string. Okay, this is string I'll say. Okay, so here if you say, if you see here, if I hover over this it will say number here, but here it will not going to change, it will say number only. But when we check the type, it then will got to know that the type of this num5 is changed to string. Okay, so let's say num5 first and then I'll console type of num5. Okay, and let's open this and let's clear node 08 we want. Okay, 08. And now you see we are getting this is string and as well as string type as string. Okay, so JavaScript will not going to restrict anyone to change their type or change any variable type future in future. Okay, because it will automatically take based on the data which you are providing. So that's why it will not going to restrict anyone to provide or reassign to a different data type. Yes. So let's see about undefined. Okay, what is undefined? So undefined is nothing but when you declare a variable, but you don't want to assign any value. That time, or we can say at the initial stage, the variable value will be undefined every time. Okay, so let's say I'll say let num. Okay, and that's it. Now I'll just want to console it. So let's see what exactly we are going to get here. Okay, so let's clear this and node 8, and you see we got undefined. Okay, so this is the default value for all the variables which you create, and if you don't assign any value it will going to consider as undefined only. Okay, so we can say default value whatever, if suppose someone asks you like what is the default value of this thing, you can say undefined. Every time it will be undefined only. Okay, it's not like for number it will be 0 or something like that, but because like we are not saying number num or string num, something like that we are not saying here, we are saying let var const. Okay, so because of that the initial value or the default value will be undefined every time, for every variable. Okay, and we can see the type of num as well, or the undefined. Okay, so I'll say type of num. Let's go into this terminal and say node space 08, and we can see we are getting value as undefined as well as the type as undefined. Okay, so this is about the undefined. Yes, so this is about data types in JavaScript. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and give it a thumbs up. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.